Hi, so today we're talking about this question that I hear a lot. Is working to create enough passive income to retire on actually worth the effort? Well, the short answer I have to give you is hell's yes. Now, that's the short answer. I'm going to give you a couple of ideas, kind of going in both directions to help you to decide whether this is actually going to be a good idea for you. And, again, my short answer is yes. I believe, personally, that everyone should be working to create passive income. The reason being, and my argument for it, is that we all think that our jobs are secure and stable, and that passive income is unstable. I think that's just a sort of human nature. We've been trained to believe that. But the fact is, we all have seen through layoffs and companies going out of business and things like that, that your job is really not as secure as you'd like to think. So what happens when your job goes away? Well, if you're lucky, you're able to find another equally paying job, or at least close, and you can maintain your lifestyle and you don't wind up in the poorhouse. However, if you had a source of passive income that you had been working on, then that would ease a lot of that burden. And if you couldn't find a job that was equal paying, you'd still have some decent money coming in. So that's just one really simple argument for it. The other one is I really believe that most of us are not living up to our potential. If you are going to a job that you love every day and you are doing something at that job that is contributing to society, then I would say passive income maybe is not for you, because it sounds like you've found your passion, you've found your strength, and you found your way of not only earning good money, but of contributing to society. And that's really the whole goal, in my opinion, of passive or residual income. Some people have the dream of laying on the beach and whatnot, and I think that's great too, because we all need to spend more time laying on the beach. But after 3 weeks, drinking Coronas on the beach, you realize that you just kind of have a long hangover, and you get tired of swimming, and you get tired of the heat and the sand in your shorts, and you want to go do something productive. Maybe it's just as simple as going for a bike ride or whatever, or doing some volunteer work, but you want to do something productive. That really is the secret to true happiness. Of course, interspersed with some nice times on the beach, or in my case, at the ski slopes. Now, people who... Okay, there are a few people that I would say shouldn't chase after passive income. Chase after is the wrong word. Shouldn't pursue or spend some time creating passive income. Who are these people? Again, we already talked about the number one. People who already have a job that they love, make a lot of money, and just enjoy what they're doing. People who... you know what? That's kind of the only category I can think of. If you're already either self-employed or working in a situation that is secure and stable, or you have tons of other options too. For instance, if your job went away, you could go to the business next door or a business online and market your services and still continue to do the work that you're good at and that you enjoy doing, then I would say maybe passive income isn't for you. The other challenge is if you already make a ton of money doing what you do, it's going to theoretically be more difficult and take you more time to replace that income with passive or residual income. Now, that's not necessarily true. If you're very smart and very talented and very motivated, you can create a great deal of passive income in a short time if you can get access to the right information and know the right things. Because that's actually one of the surprises of passive income is, in my case, for instance, it's taken me, I've been wanting to retire early for the last 15 years, ever since I even knew that it was possible, because I love to play. I like to ski, I like to mountain bike, I like to spend time with my family and friends. I like to lay on the floor and stare at the ceiling. I have a very nice pattern on my ceiling. I like to lay out in the backyard under my willow tree and soak up the sun. These are just things I'd rather do than going and punching a time clock and basically doing work that I don't find particularly meaningful. However, in my case, I started 15 years ago, but the real bulk of the work that I did to actually create the passive income that I needed took me about 5 years, realistically speaking, and that was part-time work on top of my day job. But I did not have a particularly high level of income to begin with, so replacing my modest income to take care of all of my needs plus my fund money and whatnot was not an overwhelming task. Still, it took me 5 years because passive income can be elusive, especially at first when you're just learning about it. But if you have a very high income, you're some sort of professional, you're in medicine, you're a lawyer, you are some sort of contractor where you make, upwards of, let's say, 6 figures, and you're accustomed to that lifestyle and you don't want to give up that lifestyle, it may be difficult for you to generate passive income. On the other hand, if you're smart and you use your money and invest it into passive income vehicles, you may have a lot more leverage than a lot of us who are starting with, from customer service jobs or whatever, minimum wage, trying to create passive income kind of from scratch and from, saving pennies and dollars each month to try and invest. So that's kind of the two types of situations where maybe you wouldn't need or want passive income. But for everyone else, if you're not happy with your job, if you're not happy with your boss, if you sense the instability in your job, which I have to tell you, most people right now, if you look around, there's at least some sense of instability in your job, whether it's you being replaced by someone else, or your pay getting cut, or your hours getting cut, or maybe your job being outsourced overseas, or your job tasks changing to something that you just sincerely do not enjoy or can't not stand. Those are all sort of threats to your stability and your financial security that it would be really worthwhile to shore up with passive income. More importantly, though, again, in my opinion, the real goal would be to move away from employment from an outside source and basically be able to call your own shots, have income that flows in every month that doesn't require your activity or your attention, so that then your time is free to do what you will. And whether that's cooking or writing books or traveling or just spending time with your family, your children, or pursuing an actual career or a vocation that is something that you are truly passionate about, where you may or may not be able to even make more money than what you're making now. In fact, in a sense, that's how I've done it. On the one hand, I do spend more time with my family. I spend more time with my son, more quality time. I'm less exhausted at the end of my workday now because I'm doing things that I enjoy. But I've taken the time, the 40 hours a week that I used to spend working to make someone else money and to promote their business, and I've turned it to working for myself. Now, I don't have to work. If I want to take a month off, and I certainly can. When the Soccer World Cup came, I literally took a whole month off, and I just mountain biked and watched soccer, and I didn't work, and I can do that. But the good thing is, if I want to, I can also create more content for the internet. I can write more books. I can do a lot of different things to continue to perpetuate more income and to sort of shore up or diversify my my passive income. So I hope that helps you to kind of get an idea of whether it's right for you. It is a lot of work, and I'll go into that in another video, sort of like what it takes to actually, make it happen. But hopefully that gives you a little help in deciding whether it's right for you or whether it's worth pursuing. And again, the short answer is, hell yes, I would do it. Everybody should do it.